All right, this is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, and tonight we're here at the Wayfarer in beautiful Costa Mesa, California with the Sweet Nuthins. I'm here with
Emo on the bass,
Cassie on the keys,
Molly on guitar,
Sarah Smiles on the drums,
Dominique Gomez on guitar.
Tonight is a very special night for the Sweet Nuthins because it's your first show ever. A one-word response of how you feel after doing your first show.
I feel floating.
I feel excited.
tubular, because I used a tube amp.
Transcendent.
Elated.
How did the Sweet Nuthins form?
6 months ago, back in March, I don't know, just something that I always wanted to do was to start a girl band, but I always felt a little bit intimidated and scared because just surrounded by all these amazing musicians, and I let that intimidate me and, instead of inspire me. So, I don't know, all of a sudden in March, I just felt really inspired to just think, you know what? We're going to do it. We're just going to do it. We're going to do this to get better together. And I was getting bored of just jamming by myself, and I was too scared to jam in front of other people. So I just decided to gather this beautiful clan of talented, badass rockers. And yeah, we just started it to basically grow together and to have fun. And then we immediately got so into it. And right away, Molly, the first week of practice, Molly already writes all these songs.
We actually met through a mutual friend who put us together, and I always wanted to be in a band growing up, so I was like, yes. I didn't even think twice. I just said yes immediately, and it's been great ever since, and the songs that we're writing together are incredible, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
I first met Emo, and we weren't ever super close. We just met in passing a lot, and from the moment I met her, I was like, I love her so much. We need to be best friends. And randomly, she reached out to me. I heard you on your story saying, oh, we're forming a girl band, and we still just need a lead guitarist. And I'm going, oh, that's cool. And she messaged me a couple days later and was like, hey, do you think you could do lead guitar for this band? I'm like, well, I'm actually just a vocalist and rhythm guitarist, but I'll try it. And I did, and we wrote songs for it, and it's been awesome.
And she's been killing it immediately.
Emo, Emily, I've actually known her since birth, so since we were just tiny little tots, and our families are really good friends, and she reached out to me and was like, we don't have any drummers. I hadn't even played the drums since I was probably 15 or 16, so about 10 years ago, and I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So I picked it back up and met these lovely ladies, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Dominique.
Yes, I'm the newest addition. It happened a couple weeks ago, actually. I met Emo through a mutual friend, a very good friend of mine that I've been doing music with since we were little kids. And he had recommended me to play rhythm guitar here and then also be a vocalist as well, since all of us sang. Yeah. That was perfect. And so I got a DM from Emo on Instagram. She slid into my DMs and asked me to be a part of her band, and I said yes. It's been great ever since.
Shout out to Eric from Tunnels. I literally right after that, it was Eric from Tunnels, I hit him up and I was just like, oh my gosh, after the first time you came to our practice, I told him, holy crap, thank you so much for recommending Dominique. She's incredible. She's definitely, we call her now, new nickname as of this morning, Mama Dom, because she's the one, like I said, we're very new to this, and she explained everything at sound check of what we need to expect so that we don't look like fools. I think we did okay.
One vision for this band, or are there many visions coming together into one?
One whole vision to all have fun together, and we just all kind of are very similar in our styles and our music taste and all that, but also everyone coming together, because we don't do anything on our own. We do everything together. We help each other, we sing together, we do everything, and that's why we didn't want a lead singer or one specific person, frontlining everything. We wanted it to be everyone's collaboration.
Yeah, it's very collaborative.
Honestly, I think that Emo is the brainchild.
Yeah.
Because she's all about the 60s, and she's all about that era and music, and she just loves it so much. And she's the one that was okay, so here's the color palette for the outfits tonight. And here's the vibe, she sets the tone. And I think that's really nice to have someone that's really spearheading everything, because not a lot of musicians or bands have a vision, and she has a vision for the Sweet Nuthins.
I seriously go on and on about how much I just freaking love these girls.
Of course.
That's a big part of my vision, is to just keep growing and having fun together. And I also love spreading the love of music to other people. So I can't even put into the words how incredible it was to just see people smiling and having so much fun during that set. And rock and roll is meant to bring joy. And these girls just bring me so much joy. You have no idea how much the past 6 months just raised my spirit.
I've known Emo for, I don't know, about a year.
Yeah.
I call her Wonder Woman. She is Wonder Woman.
How's everybody feeling? Are we sounding okay?
This Energizer Bunny beyond.
We know it's my nickname here. All right, yes, I love the energy in here. It is such an honor to play at the Wayfarer, our favorite venue ever. Let's give it up for Eric from the Wayfarer. He knows what he's freaking doing in this place.
You probably could leap tall buildings in a single bound.
Do you ever hear people that say rock and roll is dead? Boo, boo to that. Tell those people, if you ever hear that, they need to come to Costa Mesa. They need to come to the Wayfarer.
You first spoke to me about this band, and then I started seeing it form online on Instagram. My first thought was the Pandoras. Are you guys aware of the Pandoras?
A little bit, yeah, a lot, especially from what you told me.
60s revival band like you guys. And in fact, the Muffs came out of that band. You're centered on this garage rock. That's what it sounds like to me, like 60s garage rock.
That's the goal, so that makes me really happy it sounds like that.
Little surfy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Molly throws in those groovy surf licks.
What do you feel each one of you bring to the sound?
I have a very raspy voice. It's not the most pure, I would say.
Rock and roll, baby.
It's more rock and roll. Yeah. You can hear it in the voice that I've been through something weird. And so I think that would be something. I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. So when, as a rhythm guitarist, I feel like it's best for you to adapt to whatever you're playing, especially if you're like brought into something new. So I would say that adaptability is probably a really good answer for that as well.
It's an extra like bass to the music. And since I'm just learning, I get to kind of explore more than just have like an already structured view in my head. So it's kind of exciting.
I guess I bring seriousness and nervousness, but when I actually enjoy it, I have so much fun. So support of emo. Harmonica, right? Harmonica.
Beyond your John Bonham drumming style, you bring great backup vocals.
I would say I probably bring some theatricality to it. I was a theater major, so there's a little bit of that left inside of me. I would say smiles. I mean,
Sarah smiles.
I'm a very smiley person.
You are the architect of the Sweet Nuthins.
This is all, we're all together.
Your first single produced by Alan Darling in Big Bear.
Alan, he's known us and our families for forever, and he is just a music wizard. You tell him what you want it to sound like, and he just does it. He worked so hard with us. Our families own a Big Bear cabin together, and so we brought everybody up. We turned the whole entire living room into just a full studio. I don't know if the parents were totally okay with that, but we just spent the whole weekend, had fun in between. I did a lot of mega skateboarding throughout the neighborhood. So that'll be out very, very soon. That was in itself such a cool experience. I'd seen other people record and kind of be behind the scenes, but at first I thought playing live would be harder, but it's almost harder doing that because you are really, you got to play it perfectly, and that puts so much pressure on. And so, we would be practicing in between, and we were playing it perfectly, and we're just jamming, and then all of a sudden it's just, okay, your turn. And it's just, oh my gosh, what is happening? But Alan worked with us, and he made it so comfortable, and he's gotten us used to the whole process.
How many of you were actually involved in the recording?
Yeah, this was before Dominique's time.
Yeah.
What was the experience like being there in Big Bear and recording for the first time with the Sweet Nuthins?
It was really incredible. It was very intimate and just a beautiful moment for us to like solidify our creation together. And then we got to celebrate it and go out and just imagine all the different stages we would be able to play. But yeah, it was really incredible and super fulfilling.
We were all doing different things, practicing on our own time, hanging out, going to the grocery store, going to different gigs. Our friends played a show there, so we were having fun still. So it was fun, a little stressful. We had like movie nights, so it wasn't just like a normal recording session. It was definitely a bonding, intimate. I'd say intimate, like you.
Yes, I've known Alan since I was 2 years old. He's an incredible musician. He plays basically every instrument, which is insane. So him helping us through the process was like incredible. I reached out to him and I was like, hey, if you could kind of just be our mentor and help us through it, you have so much experience. And he was so happy to do it and just totally, out of the blue was able to do it for us. So yeah, it was super, super, super fun. We had a really great time.
And then how does it sound?
I think it sounds amazing. I think it sounds so cool. I love the 60s revival and just the whole vibe.
What comes first, the lyrics or the music?
Definitely music first. Very much learning the process of it. When it comes to lyrics, that's something I'm trying to work on too.
I usually do lyrics first.
Yeah. With these songs, it kind of came, each one has its own story about how like lyrics and music came about. But I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear something, or I'm singing in the shower and I'm going, oh, and I do it, and I get my voice memos out and I record them. And we were asked to do this Halloween song for a local record company to get it out for their Halloween album. They messaged us and everyone was like, oh, like, and within 10 minutes, I typed up all the lyrics for that song we did, all of them. And usually I'm like a music and lyrics together person, but I just did it all and sent it to everyone. And then like emo came over and we worked it out. And I said, I was like, I want this part to sound like a Beach Boys song, and I want this part to sound like this song.
I just looked at that. I said, okay, you guys, these people sent us this message, and then 10 minutes later, Molly's like, okay, I got it.
I didn't even know what you were singing. I'm like, what's happening?
Since you guys are all rock and roll lovers, because I know this woman right here is like a walking dictionary of rock and roll, what song do you wish you had written?
Any Beatles song would be pretty cool to say you had written, whether it's their early, poppier, fun, dancey stuff, or their, later, deeper, more experimental, wilder stuff.
You met Paul McCartney. You touched Sir Paul McCartney. You touched him.
He signed her foot.
I'm a huge fan of every song Bob Dylan has written, but recently Pale Blue Eyes by Velvet Underground, which is who we're named after, is such a beautiful song, and I love it.
I would say No Sugar Tonight and New Mother Nature by Burton Cummings and the Guess Who. But actually, he wrote half of it and Randy Bachman wrote half of it, and I still love Randy Bachman after with BTO too.
I would say in terms of like lyrics that really I feel like are super meaningful to me, probably Landslide by Stevie Nicks. And then in terms of musicality, probably like Great Gig in the Sky, Pink Floyd. I'm the Pink Floyd fanatic.
Return of the Grievous Angel by Graham Parsons.
Great answer.
And we have a Graham Parsons connection because I interviewed his daughter in 2004. What do you think makes you guys unique in a world of disposable music?
Just keeping it raw and authentic. I feel like so much of the music these days is just so overly produced and, so perfect. You have that perfect drum track. You have the vocals sounding the same on every single part of the song. We want to keep it raw. We want to play everything we want to play, just mixing up the vocals. And if we make mistakes, just rolling with it and not letting it kill us.
Our commitment and our passion of just being together for only a few months and writing so many songs and playing a live show before we even are sure if we have everything solid, but we do it and we're so open to it and we never say no to these kind of things. And I've learned to love that. So just growing together, we have each other. So I think that's really important.
Transformation, learning together and sharing and loving each other. No egos really. Because I feel like so many people and so many musicians and so many bands, it gets to be about one person. And even though emo was this great brainchild and connected us all, we don't want a lead singer. We don't want one person. Like, we wanted everyone.
Girl power. We're all a group of women who came together and we just said, screw stereotypes, screw every 99.9% of rock and roll bands are just all men. And we decided to come together as strong women and create something incredible and show them that we can do it. We're experienced and we know what we're doing.
This is the only band that I've ever played in. We need a mic per person on stage. We need 5 mics. In soundcheck, at first they didn't really even have like a mic stand ready to go for us. Like, they didn't have all of them. It was too short for Sarah at first. So we were like, oh man, like actually we're not prepared for this. And I think that is so cool.
Who had the biggest musical impact on your life?
Paul McCartney.
Bobby D.
Joni Mitchell, for sure. I spent forever just trying to play like her and emulate her voice and learn those tunings.
Hissing of Summer Lawns. Larry Carlton plays guitar on that. He shreds.
And stuff with Jocko.
Oh yeah. And Pat Metheny, have you seen the live stuff?
Yeah.
Probably Don Henley. The whole singer drumming combo, love, super inspiring for me. Yeah. So
Also John Brewer of Guess Who, he does that, and he's in American Woman. Not American Woman, we're an American band.
Karen Carpenter, and then there's just, the legends, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Nicks.
Linda Ronstadt.
Albums that changed your life.
Rumors, GP by Graham Parsons, and Roses in the Snow by Emmylou Harris.
The Jimi Hendrix Experience. Rumors as well is a good one. Dark Side of the Moon.
Ladies of the Canyon, Tapestry. I forget the name of it, but the first album of Todd Rundgren's.
Runt.
Yeah, that's the one. That's his best one.
I interviewed Tony Sales. He played on that.
I'm not good with album names, so I would skip me.
Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach. I'm like a 60s girl, but like 70s Southern rock is the other part of my heart and soul. Obviously the Beatles, Rubber Soul, Crosby, Stills and Nash, the Rolling Stones now. And then Guess Who, American and Women, Grand Funk Railroad, we're an American band. And Band on the Run.
If you could collaborate with any musician, living or dead, who would it be?
Paul McCartney,
Billie Holiday.
I'm going to take your answer, but I'm going to say Jimi Hendrix.
It's okay. Jimi Hendrix or Janis Joplin.
Linda Ronstadt, Dolly Parton, and Emmylou Harris.
What does the Sweet Nothings mean to each one of you? And who came up with it?
You know, actually, it's really funny. If you look through the text messages I've sent myself, we were gonna be the Little Wings after Jimi Hendrix, obviously, but there's already a band name that goes by that, and they have a Wikipedia page, so they're official enough. And then I was literally just going through all of my records, and I have a whole, like I said, I was texting myself all these just song names. I wanted to choose a song and name it off of a song, because I feel like that just explains it, like a song of a band that we love to kind of just show what we're trying to keep alive. And then I pull out my Velvet Underground album, and then I'm like, oh, Sweet Nothing. Out of all the names I'd written down, I knew, the Sweet Nothings. And I texted it to all of them, and they were just like, done. We changed our group text name immediately to the Sweet Nothings.
Beautiful. What does it mean?
Sisters, because I've never had sisters before.
Family.
Fashion icons that have inspired you.
Definitely Twiggy, Sharon Tate, Jane Birkin, and just all the musicians I listen to.
Your mission statement.
Have fun.
Love. Peace. Party.
Bad bitch energy only.
Keep on rocking in the free world.
What is next for you?
More shows, more fun, more songs that we're gonna release, and just more rock and roll.
It's been great interviewing you guys. Thank you, Emo.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, this is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show with the Sweet Nuthins. Signing off.
The Blairing Out show.